Welcome back to part 2 of the Thanos Takedown Tutorial Extravaganza Ninja Conquest Victory Run. Now, if you've made it through part 1, you'll be able to use many of those techniques here and finish the Grimace on his own turf. So let's pack it in and knock him right in the chin only a planter's peanut could love. So as you can see, you have all the same breakpoints that you had last time, 95%, 65%, 30%, and he still retains the ability to go stun immune below 40%. Also, keep in mind, all his specials only cost 1 bar of power, so he's always a bar away from potentially smacking you
into oblivion.
So after knocking the Great Ape around for a little while, he sinks into the first ability, the Evolution Stone. This gives him evolution armor for 5 seconds, and if you're not bleed immune, attacking him will bleed you out for 200% of what you're dishing out. So let's not do that. Also, you've got a timer here for auto block that activates every 4 seconds while he's under the evolution armor. So he auto blocks, and when that happens, you heal him for 10%. No thanks. Now, I've heard plenty of people say, go in with bleed immune, use a bleed immune champ. I think that's exactly what they want you to do, so that you can go ham on him with all your bleed immunity, all while mashing him to full health. So I say, go without it. This way you're forced to avoid it completely. Check it out. So here's the ticket. I like to dex and let him go back twice. So here's the first one, and here's the second one. And on the third dex, I dex twice, so I create some distance and then I parry him on the in-dash. This way, all I have to do is time out his evolution armor and I can get in some hits. Sometimes I can get in 2 combos. Now, this isn't the fastest way, but it's safe and effective. Now, as for his special, as you can see, his beam and ground pound are exactly the same as it was in part 1. Same exact timing. And also keep in mind that every time he activates this special, he is also reactivating the evolution armor. So make sure you get your dexercise in and show this guy who's boss. Bringing Thanos below 65% activates the Nightmare Stone. You degen for 80% of your health over 5 seconds, but you gain it back 100% when it expires. So your go-to move here is don't get hit while you're degenning. Now, while you're under those degen effects, every 4 seconds this dude activates an evade timer, which is basically mesmerized dialed up to what the levels. So before doing any kind of countermeasures, you have to be aware of this and refrain from attacking when that icon is green. So let's have a closer look at this special. The beam here is the same timing as it was with the Chaos Beam in part 1. So at the extension of the hand, that's your evade point. So he's going to throw out a lot of bubbles at you. Not the monkey, but the ones we're looking for are the ones with the tail on it. And there's going to be 2 of them. There isn't an exact timing for this because it changes, so you have to pay attention here. Your evade point is right before they hit you, and then you'll be just fine. Also, create some distance here because it's a little more difficult to figure out which one is the right one to evade when you're too close. Now, during this breakpoint, 65% to 30%, he will become stun immune at 40%. So the dynamics are going to change in the middle of this portion of the fight. So you'll have to start relying on intercepting. So pay attention to his health bar and make sure that you're ready for that. So we no longer have an unstoppable buff to show us exactly when to attack, but what we do have is the AI behavior. And what we're looking for is a pause right before the AI makes a decision on attack, right there. Look one more time. I'll slow it down. He's going to step up, and then he's going to stop for just a second, and that is your key. That is how you know when to start attacking, and that is going to be your intercept point. Also, don't be afraid to wait for the right look. If you get the wrong look and you get tagged, you're gonna die. So take your time. So here I'm looking. Nah, that wasn't a good one. Nah, it wasn't ready. Still not ready. Just right. You see what I mean? So try to practice that. Give that a shot. Now to put your intercepting skills to the test, because the Death Stone will literally cause death to whoever you're fighting him with if he touches you. So while this timer is going, you cannot have any contact made by him. He will drop you in a second. And it's absolutely imperative for you to get that intercept, because that is how you get that safeguard. Now if you have an Avenger, you are safe because you have a 10% safeguard built in for the fight. But if not, you've definitely got to have that intercept done, because this SP3 right here will kill you. Glad I have an Avenger for that one. Now above all else, I brought in Hawkeye here, and a lot of people didn't bring Hawkeye because they said, you know what, his power drain doesn't work, but you know what works just fine? His bleed. Check out that tick damage that I'm doing there, and this really was effective against Thanos. Now if you need more ways to intercept, go ahead and check out my How to Intercept Just Like a Ninja and How to Fight Stun Immune, and that should help you quite a bit with this Thanos fight. So once again, this is Dorky Diggity Dave. You just saw how to defeat Thanos in the part 2 of the Infinity Nightmare. So if you liked the video, and I hope that you did, go ahead and click subscribe, click like, leave a comment, share it with your friends, share it with your mama. All that stuff helps me out. And remember, stay dorky, and I'll catch y'all on the flip.